Yeah, he's back up to full speed once again now. So that lap was a 1:41.7, thanks to going off the track, but he can still get some.
And I'm going -1.
Go -2.
Copy.
-3,
copy.
He's beaten in a practice session here in the 3 years that Formula One has come back to this circuit. Will Hamilton have a fight on his hands to not get a hat-trick of victories here? We'll have to see tomorrow. A hat-trick of pole positions is on the cards for Hamilton as well. But it looks as though, again, as we've seen throughout the year so far, it's going to be a close battle. Alonso in 4th place at the moment, Leclerc 5th and Ocon 6th. And everybody just concentrating now on how they can work these tyres, hoping that the conditions are going to be similar. The forecast does look pretty good, although I gather there is a chance of rain on Sunday. There is some rain coming through the south of France and heading up into northern Europe, as we have seen. But it is, I think, not particularly likely at this stage. Tomorrow definitely looks as though it's going to be dry and sunny for qualifying.
And scenario 15, scenario 15.
Copy. The rear is kind of okay, but getting bad.
Okay.
South of France, beautiful day. Would love it to not be a beautiful day on Sunday, I have to say. I would love to see a wet French Grand Prix, just to really shake things up. Because of the one stop, medium to hard, tough to overtake on track. We've seen thrilling Grand Prix pretty much the whole way through this year, and maybe in the dry we'd get that as well. We didn't think Barcelona was going to be great, and it really was a thriller between Verstappen and Hamilton. But I think sprinkling of rain or a bit of a deluge at some point on Sunday would be just nice.
Jolien, they have the wet weather sprinklers at this track. Can't we just arrange, if it doesn't rain, for them to just put that on and off?
No, because then it's artificial. Then it's artificial.
I know, but if it's fun.
No, it needs to be raining on merit.
Okay, we think we're about 1 second safe to complete one more lap after this. One more lap after this.
Yeah.
Bring the rain. End the drought.
Indeed. A graphic just coming up on screen showing that the Mercedes having a good qualifying pace at the moment. A little bit quicker, certainly with Bottas. Hamilton only a fraction faster than Verstappen. Perez up there, but by quite a different gap to Verstappen. And you do wonder if tomorrow is going to be one of those races, or one of those qualifying sessions, where Perez might struggle to get in the top 10 if he sticks with the medium compound tyre. We'll have to wait and see. The checkered flag is now out. Nobody is going to be improving their lap time as they continue their race run. So let's quickly run you through the order. It is Max Verstappen who has topped the times in FP2 for the first time. Mercedes have been beaten in a practice session here at Paul Ricard. Bottas second though, and only second by a few thousandths of a second. He's been looking very strong today, Bottas. Hamilton third. Alonso, an impressive fourth for Alpine, ahead of Charles Leclerc in the Ferrari fifth, and Esteban Ocon in the other Alpine in sixth. They've been showing well. Will they have that pace when it comes to it in qualifying? Another Frenchman, Pierre Gasly's up there in 7th place in the AlphaTauri, ahead of Carlos Sainz in the Ferrari. Kimi Raikkonen ending up in the top 10. Good effort that in the Alfa Romeo. And 10th, Lando Norris in the McLaren. Just outside the top 10, the other Alfa Romeo of Antonio Giovinazzi. Then Sergio Perez, who was a second slower than Verstappen, down in 12th. Tsunoda 13th. Ricciardo only 14th. The two Aston Martins disappointing, 15th and 16th. George Russell then 17th, ahead of his teammate Nicholas Latifi, and completing the top 20. Well, the whole field is Mick Schumacher 19th and Nikita Mazepin in 20th.
So that is day one of the running for the French Grand Prix.
Hello, Michael. It's been interesting, been watching cars going through turn 2 and thinking about those yellow curves on the exit there. You know, we just did a shed load of damage to our car, and we weren't. I'm pretty sure that Max didn't end up there on purpose. It just seems to be such a huge penalty for a minor indiscretion on a driver's part. I wonder whether you consider, I mean, removing half of them, or...
They were actually there in 2019, funnily enough.
Yeah, but we know that these cars use different areas, and if you look now in these long runs, they're not going anywhere near them. Like I say, it just seems the penalty for going wide, which could be a timing loop, is it's about 100,000 quid.
I do recall, I think I've heard a number of team principals and drivers ask for physical limits, Jonathan, as well. I'll have a look at it all this evening.
Well, that's an
Yes,
interesting
Michael!
little debate.
That's what we want to hear.
So that's Jonathan
Team
Wheatley,
Massey all the way.
Red Bull sporting director, talking to Michael Massey, race director. We know that the Red Bull lost a bit of their front wing end plate and they asked for it back because they're a bit short on spares. And there was Jonathan Wheatley once again asking for a less physical penalty